Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to learn about automation shapes that are available in Pega Flow. So let's get started. Normally in Pega, we need to achieve many functionalities or many features. So for that, Pega has created so many OOTB activities like PX create PDF or PX create case like that. So every time we can't go and just refer those activities in our flow. So we have something called as flows, which are instance of rule obj flow. So in rule obj flow, if you go here, if you click on this flow shapes, we have certain categories over here. So today this video covers only about the automations that are available for Pega. So these automations are very helpful for us. Suppose if you got a requirement like you have to create some PDF or you have to send some email or you have to add a content to the case. So for that, you no need to sit and worry like what are the next steps that are to be followed. So instead of that, in the flow, if we use all the Pega OTB automations, we can achieve those functionalities quite easily. And we can, if you go to each and every shape, it would be asking some parameters. Just if you pass on those parameters, our work will be done very easily. I have listed out the automation shapes. This is attached content. To attach a file or a URL to a case, we would be using this. To change to a stage. So if you are in a case life cycle and you are in a stage 1 and you want to jump to stage 3. So for that, you can directly use this change stage. Suppose you are in a stage 2 and you are want to go to stage 3, then instead of this you can directly use this like change to the next stage. And this is for creating cases, this is for creating PDF, this is for generating a document. So this is specifically only create PDF. This particular functionality I have covered in one of the video, please check it. And this generate document, if you want some documents to be generated in Word format, we have to create a template, then we have to pass the template and upload that to this particular shape so that the document would be generated. Persist a case, as we know, like there is some concept called as temporary case and permanent case. So when you want to convert your temporary case to permanent case, you can use this persist case. This is post to pulse, where you would be sending some messages to respective users in our post to pulse window. And this push notification, suppose you are developing a mobile application and you want to push some notifications to that mobile, so we have the shape for that. So if you want to call in data transform, then you can use this run data transform. Suppose if you want to send an email to some recipients, you can use this. And the send notification is useful when suppose you have logged in into your application, and towards your application you can see some bell icon, right? So for that you use this send notifications. This is helpful for multiple channels like web, mobile as well. Don't get confused with this push notification and send notification. This is only for mobile device. This is browser as well. Suppose we know the concept of data propagation, where we update some values to a child case from parent case. What if child case is resolved and you want to update some cases in parent case? Or what if you have multiple child cases and descendants and you want to update with a value? Then you can go with update a case. And we have a shape called as search duplicate cases. This is helpful when suppose you have a case where first name, last name and address is matching with a customer. Don't want to create a case, so you want to stop. So you want to add some conditions like weighted conditions to see like a person with the same first name, last name or same date of birth is already having a case and you want to stop creating another duplicate case. Then we have an option called as search duplicate case, where you will be adding all those conditions. And suppose if you want to pause your case until some time or until the child case gets resolved or until some approvals are needed, then you go for wait. This is questionary. This is like a sequence of questions you can pose to a user using this. Apart from it, there is another case shape called as question and question page, and this is approval. Suppose if you want to have multiple approval based on reporting manager, or you want to route to different users, then you can go with this approval case. And another thing you have is send via DocuSign. So this particular shape in background, it calls this activity px send via DocuSign. This is an activity. So you have some concept called as electronic signatures. So when you want to capture those electronic signatures and you want to send it to the server, then you can go with this smart shape. Indeed, all these automation shapes have some OOTB activities in background. So just to reduce our work in searching those, Pega has given this concept called as automation shape. Now this is attached content. So if you want to attach a file or a link or a note to the case, you can specify that. And if you want to create new category, you can create it. Or if you want to use the existing category, you can use that. This is changed to a stage. As I have said, if you want to jump to a specific stage of your case, all the stages will be loaded. As in my flow, I have only one stage. It is not showing the other values. This is changed to next stage. This is create case value of that. See here, if I want to automatically create a child case, or if I want to create automatically the other case, I can go for this and the start data transform and the other parameters for this. And this is create PDF. As I mentioned in one of the video, we would be mentioning the section name. This is generate document. You will be uploading a sample template document, defining the name of the document and what is the category it should be mapped. And if you want to pass on some audit comments, you can do it. And there is something called as persist case. There would be no parameters for this, just it will convert our temporary case to permanent case. Suppose you want to save a data page or load a data page, you can use these two things. This is post to pulse. As I have said, to post messages to respective users like current user or the other user, you can select all the operator IDs that are available in the system and what is the message you want to pass on. This is push notification to a mobile. This is run data transform, which is useful to invoke a data transform. This is run in background. This run in background is useful for queue processing or for some agents or for job schedulers you are calling for through an activity. For that purpose, you can use this run background. There is send email where you would be defining subject and message, and if you want to include all the attachments, you can go for it. And this is email addresses, or if you have that email address on a field, you can go with this and you can refer with a dot. Or if you have some user reference, you can go for it. Okay, or if you have directly the participants, you can go for this. And if you want to write some message over here, you can just, if you click this, it will be opening a compose message and you will be giving all these values. There is send notification where you can refer some field values and what is the notification category. For example, this is the payback as it is notification. So here we would be defining some field value message, and if you want to pass some dynamic values, you can pass this. And if you see here, there is this recipients under notification rule. In this recipients, you can select to which operator ID you need to send this particular notification. So for every time you log into YouTube or something, you can see some bell icons, right? That you can achieve using this particular smart shape. As I have said, this is using some OOTB PX and wire.2 activity. This update case. This update case we can select whether a single case or the child case or a specific child case. So this would be very useful while we are going with multiple cases as per our project recommendation. This is approval. This is search duplicate cases. Here itself you can add your weight conditions and all. Suppose you can give some, if it meets some 25 score, then you can add all the weighted conditions over here. Or if you want to add some basic conditions, you can go for it. See, like create operator is same. Yeah, this is a comparator. You can go with these conditions. And we have spin-off as well, where it is useful for parallel processing. And this is weight shape, where you would be defining whether case dependency or some timer. If it is a case dependency, you would be giving more values, like for any specific case or for all the cases. You have a scenario where your parent case should be waiting until all the child cases are resolved. For those scenarios, you can go with this, or just you can select this, and you can define scope of the wait, whether it is for current case, top case, or parent case. This is questionnaire, question page, and question. So if you want to provide some set of questions to the user, you can go with this. And where that particular assignment to be routed, you can specify this. And if it is a conditional based display of that assignment, then you can go with the when rule. And so for all these shapes, we have a ticketing option also. This is all about automation shapes that we have in pega. So it would be very useful if you remember all these automation shapes, so that we can build our functionality quite fast, and we can clear our interviews as well based on the knowledge we got there on this. Thanks for watching. Happy learning. Please watch, subscribe, and share to your colleagues.